Good afternoon. Today we have a special report on 50 years. Did they get it right or where did it go wrong? More about this story after this special announcement.
I'm Tom with Myrtle Creek Motors. Right now we got a special going on, 18% down, $500 a month for a Mercedes-Benz. What a deal. And also come in right away, we're going to give you a $500 gift certificate to Dairy Queen, all you can eat ice cream. So come on down and see me in Myrtle Creek Motors, Oregon. Alright, always here for you. Later.
Thanks, Tom, for that great commercial. Now back to our special report. This is a classic story about the cheerleader who married the high school football star. The cheerleader had a special nickname. Her name was Burpee. It was really cute and bubbly, but obviously the nickname came for some reason. And the football player was a handsome young man, the son of a local meat cutter that everybody knew. They met in high school in a small town of Myrtle Creek, Oregon. The football player joined the Army and headed out of town, but returned soon to capture the heart of his high school sweetheart, Beverly Wager. They were married September 13, 1958. But that was 50 years ago. So what's happened since that time? Well, we got caught up with the couple, who are Robert and Beverly Graber. They moved from their family and friends of Myrtle Creek, Oregon, after they were married to Eugene, Oregon, and they were blessed with a son, Robert Jr., in 1961, then daughter Tammy 1 year later. Followed 3 years later by a black-haired baby girl beauty they called Lucinda, but many people call her Cindy. The family of five moved from Oregon to Anchorage, Alaska. That was quite an adjustment for this family. When they moved to Alaska, the pipeline was going in. Alaska was the land of the Wild West. Robert worked as a meat cutter and Beverly worked as a dental assistant. The family played together and enjoyed camping, fishing, snowmobiling, and snowshoeing, although some people liked the snowshoeing a lot better. And the other thing about the cross-country skiing, I think that was highly overrated. Now, this was a God-fearing Christian family, living the American dream, but living in Alaska had joys and challenges. The family was delighted when Beverly announced she was expecting a baby, and soon another daughter arrived on the scene. Since Becky was the baby of the family and 13 years younger than her brother, she had to deal with not just a mom and dad, but two other moms with her sisters and another dad with her brother. The challenge of living in Alaska was the climate and the culture. But the family who played together, loved each other, supported and protected each other. These values were demonstrated by Robert and Beverly. They moved from Alaska to another small town, Kalispell, Montana. Yes, you heard me correctly. It's not Kalispell, but Kalispell. That's probably the place that the Graber family considered home. Robert and Beverly opened up their own meat shop, and as any small business owner knows, that means lots of sacrifices and lots of hard work. They'd always worked hard. That was another value passed on to their kids, the work ethic. They had the challenges of many parents raising 3 teenagers and a toddler. Soon Robert Jr. and Tammy graduated from high school and moved away from Montana. Robert closed the meat shop and worked with his brother on a travel guide. Then daughter Cindy graduated and moved to California. So the family of 3 moved to Medford, Oregon, where Robert, always the adventure man, continued to work in Alaska at fish schools, teaching the Russians how to prepare meat and do meat cutting. Beverly worked at a local furniture store in town. Medford was close enough to California that they were able to see their oldest grandkids, Shannon and Tyler. But their hearts broke because they couldn't see all of their grandkids. Son Robert had 2 sons, and their family lived in Montana. Soon their daughter Cindy got married and has been blessed with 3 beautiful children. Robert and Beverly know their destiny, to be grandparents and enjoy their family, and that's what they did. After their last daughter Becky graduated high school, they moved to Newberg, Oregon, and then moved again to Bend. That's where they live today, and that's where they've landed. Daughter Becky married and has a beautiful daughter of her own, which is their youngest grandchild. As 50 years in the making, and 50 years later, so you may ask, what's right? Well, any marriage comes with rocks in the road. The question is how you face those challenges. They've always been faced with their challenges head on, another value passed on to their kids. They've never stopped kissing, hugging, or holding hands. Okay, so sometimes they get on each other's nerves. But that's just because they know each other so well and they know what buttons to push. What's right is 4 kids, 8 grandkids, and a great-grandchild on the way. What's right is 3 sons-in-law and a daughter-in-law. and they all like to play together and support each other. What's right is the value of never giving up. So you may ask, what's the story? What's the hook? Where did something go wrong? What's the drama? What's the angle? Well, that is the story of an all-American family living with challenges, many issues, a family home rich with love, but not always finances, but a family that has survived and grown together who live in 3 different states. And we know how important it is to have that connection. All of us have had these lessons. These lessons have been taught by Robert and Beverly Graver. This story is special because for this reporter, it's the story of my mom and dad celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary in Oregon. We love you and miss you, wish we could be with you, and congratulations on 50 great years.